So a few months ago, my husband and I were in a pretty rough place in our marriage. We were on the brink of divorce, and it really scared me. I thought we had a great marriage, and I was living under a lot of deception at the time. I came in and talked to Pastor Todd, and at that time he told me about a prayer night, which was the next night. And I thanked him for telling me about it, but I had no intentions of going. The next day I was having dinner with my mom, and she was talking to me about it, and she's like, "Megan, you really need to go." So I felt pulled to go, and I know now that was God telling me I needed to be there. It was very important for me to be there, and my phone was about ready to die. I had both my kids with me, and somehow within 2 hours, my phone lasted on 20% battery for my kids to be distracted while I was in this. And I told them, I'm not gonna be here long, just quick prayer and go. And at one point during this prayer, I had, I think, everybody swarming my table, because I just came in and I told my story of what was going on with me. And the group that came over to me first had a female in there that God knew I needed to meet her. She runs a support group for ladies that are going through a similar situation. And at that point, afterwards, after everybody had been praying over me, she introduced herself and told me about this. And I happened to be off that next Monday when she had this meeting. I'm like, all right, I can probably do that. I can make that work. Talk to my mom, watch my kids. And so I talked to her a little bit longer, and then one of my neighbors came up to me afterwards, and we'd known each other for a few years, but we never really connected. And she came over and she just asked if she could pray over me. She didn't know what was going on. She just asked if she could pray. And I said, yeah, that'd be good. And her and I started connecting more, and now we're kind of doing a Bible study together weekly. God sent an army to me that night in my time of need, just based on prayer. He knew my need, and when I let everybody pray over me, it was very, very powerful. Something that you can't even describe at that moment. And from that point on, I started turning to God more. I didn't realize just how far away from God I had been. I hadn't been praying. I hadn't been coming to church regularly. I was just lost. And through prayer, daily, multiple times a day, God heard my needs, and He provided. And He started revealing to me a lot of deceptions that I've been under for many, many years. This perfect marriage that I thought I had, in reality, I was very selfish. I didn't listen to my husband's needs. All I could think about was what I needed. And God started revealing all these deceptions. He did it strategically, didn't throw it all at me at once so I could handle it, because God knows how much we can handle. And so throughout that, it's just been an amazing process. And this has just been since July. And the spot I'm in now, I know I wouldn't be if I didn't have prayer, if I didn't come to that prayer night and meet the army that God sent me and start truly praying and giving things to Christ. The stuff that I can't control, He can. And that's what you have to give to Him. And that's what I started doing. And prayer is just so powerful. And I know people were praying over me before that, whether I know who they are or not. I know that the prayer was there, and God felt that, God heard that, and God pulled me back from the turmoil that I was in based on prayer.